it's Robbie with Everything BL, and I have two of my favorite people in the world here today to break down Secret Crush on You because all three of us are super obsessed with this. They are a big reason why I started watching Secret Crush on You guys. So, got to give credit where credit's due, and these are the people, y'all. These are the people. So, we're going to start off with Sammie. Sammie, where can everyone find you?
Hi guys, on TikTok you can find me as Sammie Sinister. I try to post weekly up there, lots of fun stuff and interactive things. And then you can also find my IG, which is Sammie Sinister BL. And me and Bobby are also on a little thing we do on IG called BL After Dark. So you can also follow that page on IG.
Yes. Bobby, your turn.
Yes, on TikTok, you can find me at just BL Bobby. Very simple. Most of it's just random content and me doing very embarrassing voiceovers, but it's fine. And then on Instagram, you can find me on BL_Bobby7. Kind of same content there. You see clips of the lives that we do, which is kind of fun. And yeah, just BL After Dark. Make sure you follow that page. It's really a lot of fun.
Oh, love it. All right, guys. So we're going to do a quick little intro and we're going to start with our breakdown of Secret Crush on You. All right, guys. First question. Who was your favorite character in the series? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay,
so I loved Zhao. Like he has everything cute and bubbly and happy, and like I just want to shield him and protect him from the world. Like if anybody messes with him, like I would beat them up for him. I would.
Oh, I love that. All right, Bobby, you?
Probably randomly, it wasn't at the beginning, but eventually got real quick. I have a thing for Sky. I like him so much. He's so like he gives me a little bit of like the spicy, but he's also very cute. Like he gives it a little bit of both, and I like a little bit of duality.
Oh, I love that. Okay, guys, don't hate me for this annoying answer, but I don't have a favorite character. Like I love them all because they bring this series, which we'll get into, is so different from anything I've ever watched. And I feel like everyone gives a little piece because I think I have a favorite character. And then here comes Daisy with her like deep like LGBT issue. And then I'm just like, love it. Then we have like the supportive friends, like Sam, and I'm like, I love her. Then we go back and we have Zhao, who is just like amazing, cute, sweet. And then we have all these hot boys that are just amazing to these other boys. And then, you know, I just love Tao too because of how real he is and like cringy. And I love that. So I'm that annoying person that says at this moment, no, I can't. I just can't. Everyone's my favorite in this.
That's fair.
It's one of those things. All right, guys. Next question. What was your favorite scene in the series? Ooh.
There's so many good scenes.
There are so many.
It's hard to choose just one. I will say though that in this last episode there was one scene that really stood out to me, and that's when To's father was talking to Nua, and he's like, don't be so quick to tie yourself, because the tighter you tie yourself, the more uncomfortable you're going to feel, and just like let yourself love each other naturally, let that love grow. And I appreciated him saying that to his son, because we don't get that a lot in BLs with the parents having this kind of dialogue. And for I think for him to bring that up and to point that out, like, I'm okay with you being with my son, but like you need to make sure that you're not moving too fast and trying to prove that you're going to be good to him and that you're not going to stray and like all of this. Like you just need to let your relationship develop naturally, and if you stay together forever, that's great. If you don't, you know, then you'll get to that bridge when you get there. So I appreciated that.
Oh, I love that. Yep, I agree. That's an amazing scene. What about you, Bobby?
I have to go with, just because I like that they kind of saw a different side of it with the whenever To has to be like kind of come clean about like his obsession and like a little bit of like his hoarding and like pictures. I like that when he found out, it was more like, it was interesting. Nua's kind of perspective is like, I mean, I don't know, but he doesn't understand kind of like why you're coming from that. I think it's a mutual thing now. Like I get it at first, like it was a thing, but like I've always kind of liked you too, kind of in a, like just you as opposite. Like you, usually he's used to people like being very forceful, like, yes, I like you in his face. And you weren't you were behind the scenes, and eventually I noticed you weren't around anymore. And so I thought it was interesting kind of seeing a different side of it, because we don't really see that part of it.
I know. Yes. And I'm not going to be annoying and say every scene's my favorite this time. Okay. So the scene, I think, so I've been obsessed with the series, of course, since the beginning. But I think what sealed it for me was episode 11, Daisy's thing. I don't know. It just hit me with that whole like identity, like changing because people like make fun of you and stuff like that hit close to home for me because like people made fun of me in high school for being too feminine. So then I like had to like butch it up and make my voice deeper, and it just hit. Like I don't know why. Like I think once that happened, I was like, oh, this series is also giving us like some real shiz. So like that was like my favorite scene ever in this series, which there's a lot of other really good scenes. But that one just hit close to home. I don't know. It just like gave me like everything. Like that's when the series I was like, oh, now we're getting super duper real. So that would have to be my favorite scene.
That's a good one.
All right, guys. Next question. Do you think there will be a season 2?
I do not, just because like it's based off the novel and they covered everything very well. Like I was really surprised with like, because a lot of times when they adapt series from novels and stuff, they can kind of like completely disregard the source material. But I feel like they hit a lot of the major points that the novel did. So I feel like it's a complete series. I don't think that they really need a season 2.
Okay, let me reword it then. Do you think there will be a season 2 or a spin-off series?
I would be okay if they did a spin-off series. I think it would be very fun. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. What about you, Bobby?
I mean, I would love one, but I don't know if we have like enough material for them to be another one. I mean, I could see a spin-off, but I'm not sure who they would focus on unless we're getting a Daisy one, which I would love.
That's where I'm at
for that.
Yeah. I think like that's why I want a spin-off for a season 2 because we didn't get a lot of Daisy touch, and then we didn't get a lot of the Sam tour, and I would have loved that. Even the what is it? The girls, like the girlfriends, like we didn't get that, but I know they have a kind of another spin-off anyways they're coming out with. But I would have loved to have like more of them too. I definitely feel cheated with the Daisy touch thing. 100%. I was expecting way more.
I would have loved more because I feel like Daisy's such an interesting character and we don't get a lot of trans representation.
Exactly.
And so I would have loved more Daisy and In Touch. But the thing is like most of the Daisy In Touch stuff from the novel is all like special chapters at the end.
Oh.
Yeah, so they weren't like a big part of the main novel either. Like the novel basically focused on Sky and Zhao and then Nua and To, and then everybody else kind of like were just bits and pieces here and there. So yeah, I wish like we could have came up with some good scenes for them. I just feel like they were just underutilized so much.
Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, I want more of those couples, and then like I still want like Sky and Zhao and To and Nua, but they could be like the side couple. Like let's focus on the other couples, and then they could be side because I don't want to lose them. Like everyone like them, but like I really need more of them. I need more. All right, guys. Overall thoughts of the series. This is when we could talk, chat, kiki. Let's get it popping.
So I think like I've mentioned this to you in our private chat, but like I really feel like Secret Crush on You was for all the kids who weren't super popular in high school and college, who were kind of like on the outskirts socially. I feel like this story was really for them because we have Sam, who's like the girl that would be considered bossy and too, abrasive, but that's just who she is. She's very out there and she's very protective of her friends, but a lot of people wouldn't see her as someone they would want to be friends with. And then we have To, who's super nerdy and he's got this obsession thing going on with Nua. And then I really feel like Zhao, he's got the body insecurity issues that a lot of us can relate to, especially in our younger years. So I really, and then, Daisy with her whole trans issues and going through all of that. Like, I really feel like this book was for all the kids so that they could know, like, you are deserving of love and you are perfect just the way you are. So I really appreciate this show for showing that.
Yes. I 1,000% agree with everything you just said. What about you, Bobby?
I think it was one of the dramas I wasn't prepared to like. I was very much like, I came in very skeptical. I was like, I'm not gonna like this. I wasn't even gonna watch it. Again, Sammie was the one that put us on board with it. I was like, that doesn't seem like my kind of tea, but it's fine. So, but then when I first saw it, first 3 episodes, it takes a little while to acclimate with the first 3, and then once you get through the first 3 episodes, it's amazing. I think they do hit a lot of hard topics, but in a very light and fluffy kind of way. So you don't really realize that it's not bogging you down in the issues. Like Daisy stuff could have been really hard because it is that's a lot to deal with. And so I like that they kind of put it in a space where it is a fluffier way to kind of talk about it in a safer kind of way, especially like you said, especially for like a younger audience. And I think a lot of us can relate to like when you're younger, everything does feel so raw and so emotional, and it's like have that intensity. I think in adolescence, we have that intensity of really liking someone and we're wanting to have that love story and not necessarily sure if we're going to get that. And I think seeing that on screen is very helpful for like younger people, because again, like you said, it's a place where like, oh, maybe I do deserve to have love, even though I've not represented it in media all the time, or my experience isn't represented in media all the time, and I don't look a certain way. And I think they kind of broke down some of those barriers.
Yeah, I 1000% agree with both of you. The thing with like how Sammie said it too, like the outcasts were the main leads and we don't get that. And the fact that we got that and it was revolved around more of their story, like I love that. And then I feel like, I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like we didn't have a cursed episode really in this series, and I was here for it. I feel like every episode had like a certain topic that they wanted to touch on and they would resolve it. Like I almost was like, wait, is this cursed episode 13 when Nua found everything? But then how they handled it, I was like, wait, did we just skip a cursed episode? So I was like, oh, love this series, not emotional damage, so this series, I don't know, it just, and then let's talk about the Saint of it all, like Saint being behind this. We all 3 of us love Saint. We love Saint. So when I first heard about this series, I was like, Bobby, I'm not going to watch it. Then people were like, please watch it. And I was like, no, I've heard it's cringy. I'm not doing it. I refuse. And then finally, these 2 up here convinced me. And then you guys also convinced me. Everyone was like, please, please watch. And then Sammie and Bobby started it. And they were already far along. And they were like, Robbie, you have to. So I gave in. And I was one of those weird outliers that liked it from episode 1. I don't know why. I liked the cringe. I was like, this is so, like, to me, it was hilarious, and it was just funny. It was just so funny for me, like the cringe. Like there was parts where I was like, "Ooh, that's a little too cringy," but then I was also like, "It's amazing because we don't see this kind of cringe anywhere." So it just had
the secondhand embarrassment was real. Yeah. And like when you messaged me and you're like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with this," like I didn't even mind like the first episode. What?
Yeah, I know, because I like other people started watching it and they were messaging me. And they were just like, this is so cringy. I can't do this. I was like, I love it. But I mean, if you don't like the cringe after like episode 3 to 5, it calms down the cringe. Like there's still cringe, but not as bad.
We were talking about it, like me, Bobby and Letty in our little private messages. And we were just like, I think we just get desensitized to the level of cringe and secondhand embarrassment by the time you get to like episode 4 and 5. And I really feel like the story progresses so well in those episodes. And you really start getting to see more of what these characters are like, and it just like you fall in love at that point.
Yes.
So anybody who has not seen this series yet, I promise, just get through those first 3, maybe 4 episodes, and you're gonna love it.
Or you could be like me and just like it from the beginning. I don't know.
Yeah, you're a weirdo that does that, but
a big thing I picked up on. I know I am a little weird. It's okay. A big thing that I was saying from the beginning was like the little things that were given off, like in episode 1, where Nua was like smiling at Toe. I was like, I feel like this series is almost like he has a secret crush. And then in the last episode, I feel like he admitted it. Like he admitted he also had a secret crush this whole time. And when he didn't see him, that's when he was like, what's going on? Like, where is he? Blah, blah, blah. So like, I like that he also had a secret crush. Like they were just meant to be. Like it was amazing.
They were both unhinged enough that they just worked together.
It worked. Yes.
It was like they balanced each other. Like it was something where they were just so. And are we going to talk about the spice?
I was waiting for that. I was like, are we going to talk about
who was y'all's favorite spicy? I mean, there's so many. Oh my god.
I mean, I gotta say, hands down, my favorite one was the bathtub scene.
Ooh, that was a good one.
that one was just, I was like, oh, we're going there. Like, we're
Yeah.
going all the way in there. Like, we're not pulling stops or nothing. Like, when he came out with the you know what in his mouth and then they ripped it open together, I was like,
I was dying. My scream was probably heard by this whole like apartment complex. But I think my favorite spicy scene, because I did not expect it, because I try to avoid spoilers, and I know like I would try to get stuff out of Bobby and Sammie, and they were like, watch it, stop. So I couldn't get it. Episode 10, where Nua just pushes his head down and you see it in the reflection.
Yes.
I died. I freaking died. And I was like, accurate. This is what
oh
happened.
yeah, there was
like,
some rewinding to confirm like that's what I was seeing. I was like, no, they didn't. They did.
I literally had to like, after I recorded my reaction, I went back a couple times. I was like, this is what was going on. He wasn't picking up anything off the floor, right? He was picking some other thing up. And then so that was my favorite, because it was just so, I wasn't expecting it. And I was like, okay, have fun, sir. Like, it was one of those moments. What about you, Bobby?
I think one of the ones that sticks out to me is the one, because I kind of like that moment, where they were at the summer camp and I think it was Nuya pushed Toe against like that little wall, I guess like that garage wall, and where they were just going for it, and I was like, ooh, I just like a good push up against the wall moment.
Yeah, he just took like, he was like, I'm taking charge, baby.
Yeah, I was like, and they were like hands exploring. I was like,
yes,
okay.
Yeah, we definitely got a lot of spice.
Can we talk about the pool scene at the end where they're outside?
Girl.
Toe's like, can you let me do it this time? And Nua says yes. And we all know what he's talking about.
Yeah, okay. So, yes.
We love some Verse Kings. We love some confidence.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I'm not going to, like, use your imagination. When I was talking about it, I was like, use your imagination. I'm pretty sure I'm accurate as being a gay man. Like, I know what that means. But use your imagination, because we're probably not going to get confirmation. That scene, the lighting, the shirts off, the towels, I was like, I was getting a little like, ooh, over here.
It was beautifully shot.
The quality, the music. Oh my gosh, Bobby, I need you to jump in on this, because I know you're a music freak. The soundtrack, the background music that they had, I was literally singing. If you like my reactions, I'm literally singing along. I don't even know Thai, yet I know the words to the song. So, what did you guys think of the soundtrack?
Oh my god, it was so good. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I downloaded the theme song for Secret Crush on You, which is like a thing like me and Bobby do. Like, we have whole playlists with OSTs on them because we just enjoy them so much.
So good. I know, Bobby, I think you guys definitely need to check it out. Bobby posted Sam's character singing. What was it? Magic in
My Life.
Oh, I was dying. That girl. Oh my gosh.
I was surprised at how many of these actors and actresses like have incredible voices.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's like you have to now. Like, you have to be able to dance, act, and sing. Which
triple threat. You got to be a triple threat if you want to make it in Thailand right now.
Are we gonna take singing lessons? Like, I could hold a tune, but I need some practice. But let's go. We'll all do like a little singing.
Okay, I'm not a good singer, but we could try.
But it was amazing. We also need, we got to go back to the spice, because we didn't need, none of us said this, but we need to talk about it. Sky Zhao.
Oh my god.
I did not see that coming.
I needed it though.
I didn't see it coming because of the characters. I thought they were going to end the series just being all lovey-dovey and cute. But when that scene happened, listen, I was shook to the core. That's all I could
scandalous.
Say. So
scandalous.
Sky, oh my god, I want Sky to bite my neck.
He was going in, and I was like, "Oh, sir, you are not holding back." And then you have Zhao over here. It's like pretty much like, "Don't hold back." And I was like, "Zhao,
yes,
Zhao."
I was here for it. I was, because I felt like in that moment, like Zhao was embracing himself and letting himself go there with Sky, and I think that took a lot for him to get to that point. So I appreciate the fact that Sky was consistent and stuck by him and made Zhao feel comfortable enough to be able to be like that in the intimate scene. So I really appreciate it. I really do.
Same. And then what do you guys feel like was not in the series, like you feel cheated by? My big one is, you know how like Sam and Daisy made that like if they win, you have to kiss touch. I feel cheated that we didn't get that scene. I feel so cheated that we didn't get a Daisy touch kiss scene. That was my big one.
I agree with that because like I really, like I said earlier, I really feel like Daisy and Touch was such a good storyline if they had capitalized more on that and given us more of a relationship between them rather than just bits and pieces. Like I really do feel cheated out of that storyline. I'm not gonna lie.
My thought process behind like why we didn't get a lot of story with that was, one, it makes sense now. You were saying like they were like not super in the book, so that makes more sense. But I also feel like because it's so like different from what we're used to in BLs, I wonder if they were just like testing the waters, like see how fans would react to like a Daisy character, which I mean, us here, we love it, we're here for it, but maybe they were just testing the waters. But I was just like, I need more Daisy touch. I needed the kiss. And then when Touch came in, I was like, sir.
Gorgeous. Like, how dare you walk this earth and you're nowhere near me? Like,
I know.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And then Bobby over here sending me these thirst traps of Touch.
He dances so good.
He does a lot of things good, according
to you're not sending those to me, and you need to be.
Okay, well, I'll send them to you. I send you a lot of videos, but I forget who I'm sending them to.
I wish we could. Can we make a group like on TikTok and send them? No, we can't. I don't know. I don't think we can, huh? We have to look into that.
Maybe.
We have to like dump them into our group private messages, like send them to our private group messages.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Touch, listen, I almost was just like buy Nua when Touch came in the picture. I was like, go after Toe, please, because you are so fine. I love Nua though, but I was like, ooh, Touch, you're doing something for me.
Okay, but the actor who plays Nua, what's his name, Billy?
Billy.
Okay, this man is smart. Like he's got like major degrees, right? Then he's like nice. Like he seems like a genuinely nice person from everything I've seen, and he's gorgeous, and he can act and sing. Like he was going to go out for like an idol group, but like his parents wanted him to focus more on school than on becoming like an idol or singer or whatever. And I'm just like, how are you this perfect, sir? Like this is not okay. I'm not okay that you're a real person. Like that you're on this earth.
Right? It was these characters, they just hit different. The Imposter.
Oh, yes.
I was so confused by him, Kong, because Kong came in and I was like, oh, he wants to be Toe and he wants to go after Nua. But then as it kept going, I was like, wait, is he just obsessed with Toe and wants Toe? And I was like, I'm so confused. But that little boy needs to go somewhere. I was like, you need to go eat graham crackers, you little freshman. You need to chill out. I was dying. What did you guys think of his character?
I think like Kong was. Oh, go ahead, Bobby.
No, I clocked him real quick. Like I didn't know like what his issues were. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what your issue. I don't know like what your angle is, but I clocked it. I just didn't know what exactly until we found. But when we found out, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
So I was a cheater. So like y'all know I read the novel. Like I was like halfway through the series when Olive sent me the link for the novel. So I read it in one day. Like that's how good the novel was. So I knew that he was coming and I already knew everything. But like I was like, First did such a good job because he came in and he was giving, like we all were like, no, you're sus. You're sus. We don't know what's going on, but we know you're sus. So like him being, like you said, obsessed with Toe, it was kind of like, what's going on here? And then, you know, to have that flip, like, oh no, he was just impersonating Toe, trying to get Nua to be like, oh no, this version of Toe is better than, you know, the version I have. Like that's essentially what he was trying to do. But when the friends were like, no, you're a copy, and even Nua was like, no, you're a copy, why would I take you when I could have the real thing? I was like, sir, yes.
Okay, and then because like I clocked it, but then I'm also like, what if like he's just a dumb kid? So it started making me question like everything. So when they were making fun of him or like kind of being mean to him in the like parking structure, I was like, that was a little mean. Like after going from the bullying episode, I was like, don't do that. Like that's a little mean. Like I know like he hasn't given us like factual hardcore, like we know something's going on. But then the next episode when we found out his real intention, I was like, you know what? He deserved it. he deserved being called a copy in that parking structure. So I was like,
he did, because like the shit talking he was doing with his friends
Oh,
about
yeah.
Toe, and like the whole underhanded methods he was going about trying to get Nua's attention. Like, no, he was not a good person.
not a good person. So between him and the Mean Girls squad, which one were you most annoyed by?
You already know my answer.
I know.
It was our mean girl.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm like, honey, he did not just tell you once. He did not just tell you twice. He told you 3 times. You are not what I want. I like somebody else. I want to be with this person. And then after him and Toe got together, he had to tell her again, like, this is not me playing around. This is me being serious. I have feelings for this person. I don't have them for you. And I'm like, girl, how many times is it going to take for you to get that through your head?
Exactly.
Yeah, it has to be the girls.
Yeah,
the main girl, and then also like her little minions. They got on my nerves too. Like,
Yeah.
the whole thing, like a social media thing. Like,
yeah, I hate
and like
cyberbullying.
Bullying down Toe.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not here for you. The girls, I mean, I don't like was Kong. That was his name. I don't like him. I think he's underhanded. I think he's sneaky. But I appreciate at least it was a little under the cover. It wasn't so obvious.
Yeah,
as the girls were like, it was just too much. Like I was like, okay.
And he didn't go to like social media and post nasty things or degrading things about Toe. Like, no, he was just trying to slide in and see if he could steal his man, but he wasn't being like a complete, trying to destroy Toe's whole life. Like these girls were trying to do.
The girls were,
with Toe and Gal. Like that stuff has big implications, especially nowadays, because once you put something out on the internet and it starts spreading, you can never truly get rid of it.
No, exactly.
Never.
Yeah.
No, I 1,000% agree. The Mean Girls were the worst, and then Kong was just annoying. Like, Kong was annoying. Mean Girls need to like go somewhere, like with themselves. One of the friends though in that Mean Girls group wasn't really mean. She was hilarious. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Like, she wasn't really involved. She was the one that spoke English. She would speak English, and it was hilarious. And then she would just like the one that froze at camp during like the whole thing. She just froze there.
Oh, yeah.
She was hilarious the whole time. Like I was just like, you're guilty by association. Do better. But she was funny. But the other two were just. All right, guys, you ready for the last question? Would you recommend this series and why? Forgot to put that in the question, but would you recommend the series and why?
So absolutely, because obviously I got all 3 of my best friends to watch it. So I definitely recommend this series. And for the same reasons I said kind of before, I feel like this series puts out a really good message about, even if you're not like mainstream and you're not like a social butterfly, like you're still like, it's okay to be yourself and it's okay to be loved and like you deserve all of that. So I really like that message in this series. And plus it's just fun. It is such a fun series. It's more like we said earlier, fluffy. Like there's not a lot of like strung out drama that's going to make you cry. I know Bobby loves his sad boy hours, but like while you do have emotional moments in this series, like it's not something that's going to destroy you.
Yes, I agree. I did cry a lot throughout this series though. I did not expect, well, maybe not cry, teary-eyed. I'll say teary-eyed, but there was some scenes. What about you, Bobby? Would you recommend this series and why?
I would. I will for this. I'm here for like the skeptics. I get it. If you're not here for this kind of thing, because again, Sammie just said, I am the sad boy queen. I like the crying. I like drama. I like the angst. But this one is definitely not that. It's more, I think, again, the message is great and I think it's fun, but I also think it's also taps into like, even especially if you're like an older queen like myself, I won't say the age, but I think it kind of brings back to adolescence, like that. It's very, I think you can go back to that time period of your life, like, oh, it's just, it's even the cringe is like, oh, but I remember feeling that moment. I remember feeling being in this time period, like everything is just so raw and uncomfortable, but I have this intense feeling. So I think it's really fun in that regard because you can kind of takes you back to a certain time of your life. And again, it's fluffy, it's light. So if you in between the drama and the angst, it's nice to have a little bit of an equalizer. And this is definitely one of those dramas to watch.
Yes, 1,000% agree with both of you. I think this series just gave us like a well balance. Like we got the fluffy, we got the goofy, then we got the serious, the real issues and stuff. But they did it where like we took it serious, but it wasn't like a stab to the heart. Like it didn't like emotionally damage us. It just made us like realize stuff. And like Bobby said, like, I'm not going to say my age either, but it took us back, to like, we could, like, let me be honest. When I was in school and Bobby and Sammie, it was not like how it is now. It was not accepting, like as accepting, like of course, not everyone still accepts it, but literally that's why there was so many of us in the closet for such a long time.
Yes.
Because it was not even like you had to be like really strong and try to have a somewhat tough exterior to go through being out and proud of it. And then even if you were out and proud, you had to like butch it up, like how I said. So that's why it was like, oh, you're gay, but you're a masculine gay. Or, oh, you're a lesbian, but you're a feminine lesbian. Or, oh, you're transgender, but like you're hiding it. Like it was just like it was different back in the day. Like this progress that we've made over the years is awesome. And I just loved how they touched on it. And I think even though it was fluffy and lighthearted, like it hit for like us mature adults a little more. That's what I'll use. I'll say mature adults, because like we all like watch serious stuff, and then this just made it like fun. Like it made me want to laugh at it and not be so sad about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So 10,000 million% watch this series. I think it's awesome. If you're not like me and just don't obsess with it over since episode 1, follow Bobby and Sammie, get past like episode 3, and you'll be good, guys. I love this series so much. All right, guys, and that's it. That's our Secret Crush series breakdown, our fave moments, our fave villains, our fave characters, everything spicy, all that. Had so much fun, and I do have to give a big shout out again to Bobby and Sammie for getting me into this series, because without them, this wouldn't be here. This would not be happening. So before we go, guys, I want Bobby and Sammie to go over their handles, where you guys should follow them. Everyone needs to follow them. Their TikToks, their Instagrams, BL After Dark, all amazing. Big fan. You guys should be fans too. So Bobby, where can everyone find you again?
Okay, well, on TikTok, it's very simple, just BL Bobby. And then on Instagram, you can also find me at BL_Bobby7.
All right, Sammie.
Hi guys, you can find me on TikTok as Sammie Sinister, and on IG it is Sammie Sinister BL. And then we also do have a BL After Dark page that you can go follow, and we post stuff like polls and things like that. So it's really fun, and I hope you guys check it out.
Awesome. All right, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.